Hey, muy buenas, aquí Poseidón en un nuevo vídeo. Otra vez estamos con el Vampyr. Hacía mucho tiempo que no lo jugaba. Y si no me equivoco, lo dejamos en acabar de curar a las horas, porque no quiero que se vaya santo al cielo y a un vídeo de 1 hora, como el primer vídeo del Vampyr. Hay que tener cuidadísimo, ¿sabes? Eso existe. Estoy viendo también ahora mismo cómo me muevo, porque he intentado subir o hacer un vídeo de Star Wars y casi me da algo, pero parece que se mueve bastante bien. A ver. Mira, Kevin, que prepara un despacho para usted en la segunda planta, por favor. Disculpe la ausencia de decoración, pero el hospital... Ah, vale. Vale. A ver si me acuerdo de los controles. Aluminio y polvo. Vale. La con el sensor, más 2 a la caída. Descubre la causa de la muerte. Vale. Para esos zoom. De armas tengo una pistola o una estaca. Y el machete corriente. Nivel 2, por cierto. Y aquí diferentes armas. Puedo tener. Ya probé la guadaña usada, y era una pedazo. Bueno, yo era una pedazo de mierda. Coleccionables. Nada. ¿Dónde está lo de las misiones? Manhattan Hospital, turno de noche. Ayuda al Hospital Pembroke a combatir la epidemia. Superada. Ah, vale. Ah, vale, misión principal. Menú de ciudadanos. ¿No aparece como misiones secundarias? Vale, nada. Vale, vale. Descubre la causa de la muerte de esta persona. Detalles. Informe. Muerte de Samuel Connor. Convertido en demasiado, tal vez. Vale, vamos a ir rápido. Si veo a alguien que necesita cura, le ayudaré. Si veo que no, vale, vale. Ya lo veo en la parte de arriba, el mapa ese. Voy a hacer una secundaria, ¿verdad?
The pain. It's there again.
¿Ves? También puedo hablar
Good
con la
evening,
gente.
sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Pistaje querida. Pistaje querida.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Madre mía, me está vacilando. Ah, da igual, vete a tomar
Goodbye
por
for now,
culo.
Mr. Elwood.
Damn.
Si vuelves a sentirlo, bebé, que me tratas como una puta mierda.
Here again.
Vamos a hacer una
I
acción
have
principal
wasted
y ya
too much
después...
energy for so little result.
Bueno, parece que está arriba. Ah, de repente. Mejor es que se mueve. Vale, venga, venga. Vamos allá. Vale, esto era el sentido arácnido. Ahí.
It's locked, all right.
¿No es esta vuelta? Pues esta. Ahí está, todo
Please,
está,
Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life.
Venga, no
How
sé
stimulating
qué
it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive?
Científica muerto, muerto
Immortality
viviente,
defies
inmortalidad
logic.
desafía la lógica.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Toma, regalo del cielo, solo he matado a mi hermana con este regalo.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Ashbury. Bien. Bueno, hay que reconocer que mucho texto. Toma, como robo ahí. Vale, de hecho fuera en las tiendas. Esto es nuevo para mí también. Así que vamos a hacerlo. ¿Llueve? No, no estoy viendo.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough.
Madre mía, a ver si está medio muerto el chaval.
Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Yo me
Your
mataría.
words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Ah, mira, pero sí estaba. Pues mira, sí que llega más lejos de lo que pensaba. Me acuerdo de esta mujer.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised.
Ah,
Dr.
la
Swansea
vampira,
has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
creo.
You're a
Sí.
the lady who saved me that night. before vanishing into thin air.
Pero no he dicho vampiro, así que
I remember
está
you
mal,
from the
¿eh?
pub with Dr. Swansea.
Títulos. Pero bueno,
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Siento que me ha estado engañando, me alegro de verla, a Sonser le gustan los vampiros, me alegro de verla.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more
No sé cómo
disposed to
actuaría la
answer my
situación.
questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Ha causado problemas ha causado problemas. Claro, porque tengo preguntas sobre los vampiros y esto. Venga, estoy aquí
Dr.
para
Swansea
ayudarla.
has
Vamos a
commissioned
ir
me to
a
be
lo
your
principal.
agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be
Pues
so
esa buena
foolish
pregunta,
as to threaten
porque es
you,
un vampiro.
a kindred spirit?
Even if it were the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something more valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient, or their family.
¿Por qué? Porque sí. ¿Por qué no lo
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
Yo creo que por hipnotizarlo un poco para que lo deje, no creo que vaya a haber ríos de sangre, pero vale.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
No, que hable.
Please continue. Every detail
Qué
is essential.
vídeo más interesante,
I'm your man.
cero de aburrimiento.
My embarrassment in this
Oh,
matter is
va a ser
eclipsed
este.
only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Pues nada, este vídeo va a ser muy entretenido porque voy a hablar con gente. ¡Oh! Misión que ella no puede realizar. Hablar con gente. Tarea titánica, si me lo permites. Toma, ella va.
What?
is this?
¿Quién eres?
Who
Buena
are
presentación.
you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm,
Sorry,
madam.
sí,
I'm
soy
Dr.
doctor,
Reed, the new surgeon.
Uy, no, cirujano.
Preposterous.
Tonterías,
Dr.
doctor.
Reed, you say?
Yo,
I don't
tío,
want
que no
some
tiene
bumbling
ningún
intern.
becario. Joder.
Where's Dr. Swansea?
Inepto. Madre mía. Por favor,
Please,
cálmese.
calm down,
Hay que
madam.
ser cortés.
I assure you that I am
Tiene
highly
pena del
qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How
Qué
brave.
valiente.
Threatening an
Matando a
old
una pobre
defenseless
mujer
woman.
indefensa.
You know how long I've
Okay.
been a patient here?
Toma.
You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was it a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts is a poor sod's vein.
Joder.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here than anyone else. Beware, Miss Jones, in case suspicion should fall on you.
That's it. Blame the old and infirm. I see those little bitches' greedy little eyes. Just waiting for me to pop off they are.
Joder. Nada, vamos a ir, no se trata de ninguna negligencia médica.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans. Oh, so all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Toma. Encuentra a la enfermera Pipa Walking. Okay, Crane.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Pipa Hawkins, mira, aquí tengo una.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet.
El mejor vídeo.
My name is
más
Pippa
acción
Hawkins.
por
And I'm
partes.
Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Vamos a ir directamente. No. Vista de caída atrás. Subida en Londres.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious.
La situación es grave.
The
La
flu is
situación
wreaking
es
havoc
pánico
amongst the
entre
staff and
los
patients.
pacientes.
We are
Estamos
running
quedando
out of
sin
everything.
suministros.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever.
En algún momento.
Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe
Ojalá
you.
pudiese creerlo, pero
But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted.
nadie tiene ni idea de cuánto
No one has
acabará este
any
epidemia.
idea when this epidemic will be over.
Yo sí lo sé, cuando estemos todos muertos. ¿Hace cuánto?
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Pues nada, vale, vamos a ir directamente.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
Ninguna me gusta, señora Jones merece nuestra ayuda. Bueno, merece nuestra ayuda. Vamos a ir todos.
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
La pécora con vida. Toma. Pues nada,
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
ya he hablado con una. Vale. Vamos a acabar con esto. Vídeo súper interesante. Enfermera Brody-Crane. Esta es una enfermera.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Toma. Bueno, vamos a ir directamente a
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Pues nada.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Goodbye, nurse.
Vamos a
Call me if you need...
a ir lo más rápido posible porque esto no interesa a nadie. No, probable. Así que vamos a intentar ir lo más rápido posible. Ah, mira, puedo correr. No me acordaba. Escucha escondidas. Pulsa, batió tus sentidos. Ciudadano actúa de forma sospechosa. Tu corazón desprende un brillo muy característico. Si observas al ciudadano, podrás desbloquear un especial.
Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight.
A ver,
Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you,
ya en
Dr.
otro
Reed.
episodio o en un directo si llego a hacer alguna cosa.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see one at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Como esos andares. ¿Por qué les habrá dado medicinas cuando hacen falta? Ah, que voy a tener que seguirlo. A ver cuánto, ¿qué hora es? Ya... bueno, ya entraremos a las catacumbas en otro vídeo. O veré si hago un directo. Si alguien ve este vídeo, a lo mejor hago un directo, quién sabe. A lo mejor me mojo y hago un directo. Nunca se sabe. Bueno, pues nada, ha sido todo por hoy. Este ha sido un vídeo bastante aburrido, que solo ha habido charla y historia, pero bueno, esto va este juego. No tengo mucho más tiempo. Si tuviese más tiempo lo miraría, pero bueno. En resumen, que esto ha sido todo por hoy. Ya nos vemos en un nuevo vídeo.